Hi, my name is Patty Zarling, reporter for the Green Bay Press-Gazette. I'm sitting here with Adam Hardy, who is taking over as Executive Director of Achieve Brown County. First of all, tell me a little bit about this organization and what it will be doing.
Sure. I mean, Achieve Brown County really is designed as a framework to create a common vision with common goals underneath that and common measurement across a continuum from cradle into career. So the idea is we're kind of supporting our kids and allowing our community to support our kids 360 from birth and then help them all the way along the way to get ready for work and for life.
And tell me a little bit about your personal background and kind of how it will prepare you for your new position.
Sure. Well, I've spent the last about 9 years at Brown County United Way. I started there really on the marketing side of the organization, but the last 4 years I've gotten more into strategy, external partnerships, and the last 2 years really working on the infrastructure, kind of on the data side, all this on the geeky side, all this stuff, working on outcomes and kind of how to measure things and move the needle on specific programs and what have you, but then also on the partnership side. So United Way is what we call an anchor organization along with the Green Bay area, the Chamber of Commerce here, and a founding partner with the Community Foundation. So we've been working together the last few years really on developing the nuts and bolts, kind of the infrastructure underneath all this stuff so we can roll this thing out effectively in Brown County.
And what will be some of your top priorities as you get started?
Well, we're starting off, we have basically 5 specific goals, but then we have 8 outcomes underneath those goals. So those are the things that when you look at it, we're going to move the needle on these specific areas, and that runs all the way across the continuum. So you're looking at, one goal being getting kids ready for school, that early childhood piece, all the way down to the end where we're getting people basically after certification or higher education, what have you, integrating into the workforce in a really positive way. So we're going to start, as you have those 8 outcomes, that's a lot to start with, a big bite to start. So we're going to just go with 2 outcomes, one in the early childhood piece. And we have a lot of existing programs and initiative work there. One of the great things here in Green Bay is that we already have the Community Partnership for Children initiative, which has done a lot of that infrastructure work right at birth to help families get ready for school later on. So we have that piece, and then we have the workforce development piece, where we're going to kind of arrange programming. We also have Partners in Education, the Chamber, that's done a lot of work already in workforce development. So we're going to kind of leverage that. We have the Partners in Ed, and we have the CPC on this side. So we're going to start with those 2 areas and build out essentially our partnerships around that, and then look at the measurement and see how things go.
And tell me what you've learned from other organizations that you've studied or communities that have similar efforts.
Well, what we learned so far is that Green Bay happens to be a really great community for this sort of work. And Brown County is the right size. We have a really collaborative nature here, and we already have a lot of that, again, that infrastructure. So all that stuff that we need, really the nuts and bolts, the pieces, already in place to make this thing work. So we've actually been we're asked rather, to go down to Chicago and mentor other communities who are looking to do this work, even though we're just really kind of in some ways starting this work. So that's exciting. And we've learned some really nice best practices from other communities who have done this in terms of how to deploy our systems, how to properly set the stage so that the collaboration can happen in a kind of an open, honest environment. So being part of that network for other communities has been a really nice way for us to get a running start to this work here in Brown County.
Wonderful. And finally, what excites you most about this new position?
This is something that's it's the people, I guess, mostly, but it has a lot of potential. And in the last, say, 6 months as I've worked on this, what I've found is this concept, this idea of aligning resources all the way across that continuum from cradle to career, and intensely measuring kind of progress on this stuff, and getting everything aligned toward that common vision so we can all work together. That resonates with people. It's something that you feel it when you're talking to people, and that's been so far the most exciting thing for me, having experienced the last 6 months or so. And I expect to continue to have that be an important piece of this, is just having these meetings and talking about the vision and watching people light up as they get the power of this collaboration, of this collective impact approach. So it's an exciting model. There's a lot of opportunity here in Green Bay, again, in Brown County for collaboration, and I think we have the potential to become a national standard.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.